Alright, so here you can see me there doing a little foam rolling. I got really tight calves, so I got to make sure that it doesn't look like this does anything with the calves, but you can definitely feel it. So I like to roll out the calves, roll out the hamstrings, as you can see. Get the quads, and then we do the little the rotation here. Make sure you get the whole. They call them quads because there's what, four muscles. You got to make sure you get all the different muscle groups. And I hit the back, and that's just the start because I like to make sure that I go into squatting, which this is a dynamic lower day. I like to go into the squatting day with everything nice and loose because I have very tight joints. I'm prone to back problems, so I like to get the hips stretched out really good and make sure everything's covered. And right here, this is a calf stretch that I like to do, just to make sure when I'm in the bottom of the squat, I'm not, having that extra tension pulling on my hamstrings from my calves. And so I've recently started doing this. This has helped a lot with back injuries, lower back injuries. Like I said, I'm prone to them. I found that if I warm up my lower back really good before I start squatting, deadlifting, whatever I'm doing, that I'm less likely to end up with any type of tweak, injury, whatever you want to call it. And here I am putting on my I got the SBD knee sleeves, and these are a bitch to put on. And I got hairy legs, so I've got to wear the tights to help them slide up your legs. If some of you guys maybe have the same issue, but these are a bitch to get on, but they are the best knee sleeves that you can get. Yeah, it's kind of painful pulling these things up. But, okay, so I'm using 185 pounds with, I believe it's 25 pounds of band tension. And probably not the best placement of the bands. I've got them wrapped around 70-pound dumbbells, but it does the trick. Also, as you can see, I've got the 25-pound barbells because for some reason I'm like right at the height that I can't get the bar off the rack without being on my tippy toes. So I put these plates down. It's a little sketchy stepping off of them, but it's worth the trade-off. The point of these dynamic the banded squats is improved bar speed, and this is like a West Side thing, which I've been training that way for a little while now. Not that I'm some expert on this, not that I'm even good at this, but I've been able to avoid injury training like this, and it has made an improvement on my strength levels. So I'm 35, and I've been, obviously I used to be a lot stronger, but I've had issues with my lower back, like I mentioned, for a long time, and I can't do the kind of shit I used to do. I used to squat like 5 days a week, but you kind of have to take your foot off the gas a little bit And like I said, these are obviously not the best squats in the world. Like, my ass is coming up really too quick, honestly. Probably need to keep my chest up a little bit more and stay under the bar. Watching it now. But anyways, so I'm doing 10 sets of 2. And this is like 60% of the max that I set, which is 305, which is not a lot. But I'd been sick for a while, wanted to come back, kind of reset the numbers a little bit. And I think at this point, it's really just me trying to stay in somewhat decent shape, rather than push the envelope. So now we're doing, I think you call these croc rows. I mean, they're dumbbell rows, but you're really trying to get a lot more body into it, is the point of these. So this is more of a strength type targeted row. And these are one of the best things for back size, back strength, as far as the lats go. And I've been doing these for a while. Just gotta be careful you don't over rotate, because you can hurt your back with these. But one of my favorite exercises. Big fan of these. I like to use straps when I do these. I mean, there's no reason to really do these barehanded. I use straps now when I deadlift. I used to use my bare hands, and that I recommend you doing that. When I say recommend, I recommend you doing it barehanded. If you have a place to do it where you can use chalk when you deadlift, because it's going to build grip strength. But as time changes or time goes on, your goals kind of change, and it's more, I mean, what's the point of ripping your hands up? But with these dumbbells, the whole point is to try to get as much weight to move as many reps as you can. And I'm doing sets of 10, so I'm not focusing on my grip, obviously. I'm more focused on building the muscle. So you want to try to maintain as neutral of a spine as you can when you're doing these. Don't over-rotate, like I said. And it's okay to be a little bit violent with the movement, because that's the whole point of doing croc rows versus just regular dumbbell rows. And I only recorded one set of these. I just forgot to hit record, but these are lat pull downs, obviously. I'm doing a little bit too much leaning back, but I need to work on that. Now this little this little attachment thing, I really like this. It's kind of, you're not gripping a bar, you're like gripping the little plates on the end, and I feel like you get more of the muscle into it that way. You don't have to worry about grip as much because you're hooking the whatever that is. And I'm going to end off with the preacher curls. And my arms they grow really easily. Dad when he was working out, this was his thing. He was doing preacher curls all the time, and he had huge arms. So when I was a kid, I always wanted to have big arms too. One of the things you can do with these, and one of the things we used to do when I was in my early 20s was, we'd start with three 10-pound plates on each side, and then we would take one off, And that's after we'd already pre-exhausted the muscle. And we would just work down until it was just the bar. And then you'd have somebody standing on the other side of the bench, kind of barely pressing down on it. So you're just like totally wrecked when you get done with these. You got to be real careful with the preacher curls too, because if you don't have the seat at the right height, you're not resting your arms in the right spot, it's kind of easy to tear a bicep. So I'm always cautious about that. I stand up when I put the bar down, just so I'm not overextending my biceps. Yeah, don't want to do that. Dad tore a bicep. It was disgusting. It was nasty. All right, so that's dynamic lower day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.